Nobody writes a web dashboard in C, so why learn it in 2026? It is a fair question, and there are good answers. The first is that C is the substrate everything else runs on. The Linux kernel, Windows kernel internals, the Mac OS and BSD kernels, SQLite, PostgreSQL, Redis, Nginx, Git, FFmpeg, OpenSSL, CPython, the Ruby and PHP interpreters, and the Java virtual machine, all written largely in C. This has a practical consequence. When your Python program is mysteriously slow, understanding C is what tells you why. You are not learning a language off to one side, you are learning the layer underneath the one you already use. There are 4 more reasons. Embedded systems and the Internet of Things. A microcontroller with 32 kilobytes of RAM cannot host a garbage collector. So C is the default language of firmware in cars, medical devices, and industrial control. Second, it teaches you the machine, pointers, the stack, the heap, alignment, inderness, cache behavior. These are not C trivia, they are computing trivia, and C is simply the language that refuses to hide them from you. Third, interoperability. Almost every language can call a C function, so when Python or Rust or Go or Java needs to talk to something else, it talks through a C interface. And fourth, C is small, around 45 keywords. The whole language genuinely fits in your head. Now let us be honest about the 4 things that genuinely hurt beginners, so that you recognize them when they appear. Manual memory management. You ask the operating system for memory, and you must give it back. Forget, and you leak. Free it twice, and you corrupt the heap. Use it after freeing, and you get a crash, or worse, silent corruption. Second, pointers. A pointer is a variable whose value is a memory address. That is the whole idea. The confusion comes from the notation, not the concept. Third, there is no safety net. C will happily let you write past the end of an array. No exception, no bounds check, no helpful message. Just corrupted memory that may misbehave 1,000 instructions later. The fourth is undefined behavior, and it is the one that surprises experienced programmers. Some programs are not merely wrong. The standard declares that the compiler may do anything at all with them. Signed integer overflow, dereferencing a null pointer, reading uninitialized memory. These are not whatever the CPU happens to do. They are formally undefined, and modern optimizers actively exploit that freedom to generate faster code, sometimes deleting your checks entirely. None of these 4 are reasons to avoid C. They are reasons to learn it properly. Chapter 12 dismantles pointers with memory diagrams. Chapter 14 covers memory management. Chapter 20 teaches you the tools that catch these bugs automatically. And Chapter 21 is devoted entirely to undefined behavior.